Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Aston Villa versus Chelsea review. What a win, because we really shithoused that. Like, wow, we escaped. We absolutely thieved and stole those points and ran out of Villa Park, and the evidence is everywhere. We didn't wear a mask, we didn't wear gloves. We set up the cameras ourselves, you know what I'm saying? That was daylight robbery. It was clear as day for anyone to see, but I don't care, because you have to shithouse wins throughout this period of 9 games in 1 month. That's 5 wins in a row now, 4 clean sheets. You have to shithouse some of them. It's not possible to go on a long winning run and not get lucky here and there and take a few points here and there where you probably shouldn't have. And really, every couple of, in a season, there's a couple of games where you're going to have to rely on our goalkeeper. I remember when we went to Brentford away and we really got battered there as well. We managed to sneak out of a 1-0 win. Mendy had a masterclass. Today was Kepa's masterclass. This man, listen, what a performance from him. His fiancée, now that he's in a happy relationship, protect her, protect them, shield them, put them in bubble wrap. Keep them close, because clearly this is having an impact. The man is on a mission now. That's another clean sheet to his name. He was ridiculously good. We have to start with Tyrone Mings with the... Oh, brother. Wow. What are you doing? Like, that mistake there was just ridiculous, because the game started pretty evenly. If anything, you could say Aston Villa started the better before that goal. The tempo was high. Both teams were engaging. And it was very tight, and there was nobody really getting their foot on the ball and dictating anything yet. It was still, bustling about, and there was no real conviction in anybody's play. And then he goes and makes that ridiculous error. Good play from Chilwell down the left-hand side. The ball's in no man's land. He's under no pressure. There's nothing that you have to do, but just simple defensive header, clear your lines. He headers it straight into the path of Mason Mount, who's composed enough and in form, puts the ball into the back of the net, gets his goal, and he's deserved it because he's been playing well since Potter's come in. He's got his assist to his name. Now he's got his goal as well. Calm finish, and we're 1-0 up, and it's brilliant. And it's another gift from God. It's a gift from above, because we've had Tomori red cards, we've had so much, and this is just another gift, you know what I'm saying? And we take it with open arms. Bring the gifts. I'm happy to receive, do you know what I'm saying? Christmas is coming soon anyway. Just hand them over early. Hand over all these presents. So Mings absolutely shafts his team. It's nothing to do with Gerrard. It's nothing to do with the Aston Villa teammates. Their setup was really on point in the beginning. That only just continued afterwards. It's not like as if that goal gave us a kick up the arse. And we've had injuries, we've had injuries coming into this game. We've had some issues. Mason Mount's carrying a little bruise as well. So I'm not really gonna, say that, this kind of performance wasn't gonna happen at some point. Because like I said, we got a lot of games, but we were getting destroyed. You could tell that Aston Villa had a whole week to prepare for this game. We played midweek, although it be against 10 men. They were really in our faces, man. And there was a statistic that went out at half time that I couldn't quite believe, but I could, because the first half felt like 2 halves. It felt like I was watching 90 minutes in 45. I was that exhausted, depleted. My energy levels were low. I was having to drink energy drinks. Do you know what I'm saying? I was trying to keep myself alive, because I was just so tired and drained watching that first half. 47.5% of the match was played in Chelsea's final third in the first half. Not Chelsea's half, Chelsea's final third. We couldn't get out. But then I saw possession and we had more possession. It didn't make any sense. But basically, we were just honed in, harried in. We couldn't escape. And it was just constant, we were just bombarded. It was like FBI, the meme, where they just start dropping out the ceiling and smashing doors and shit. And there is no escape. And yeah, Kepa, I just don't know where to start. The performance was out of this world. I'm ready to say on record it was Kepa's best performance in a Chelsea shirt. It was that good. The guy made a triple save. He made a world-class elite save from point-blank range from Ings. They had like 13 shots in the first half, I think, and 8 in the box. And 6 of them he saved. So he made 6 saves. They missed the target with a couple. But to make 6 saves in the penalty, in the box, in the first half alone, is ridiculous. I think they had 13 shots in the box by the end of the game, with about 18 shots, I believe, in total. And again, like I said, he was saving more shots after that. The guy was unbelievable, and everybody was saying it. Nobody could disagree. The guy was saving us. He was a one-man band at that point. He was carrying this team on his back. He was making save after save after save from close range, from all angles. And like I said, you know, on a normal day where a goalkeeper's not being, you know, a freak of nature, then we're losing that at half-time, you know, because that would have been more than deserved for Aston Villa to be leading at half-time, to be ahead. They performed really well. We couldn't get in the game. Cucurella was getting cooked on that left-hand side. Sterling was getting cooked on that right-hand side. Both flanks were getting cooked. We couldn't handle it. I thought Cover's passing as well was a little bit wayward today. He wasn't very accurate with his passing. He gave the ball away a lot. But Cucurella couldn't handle it on that left, and a lot came down that right. You know, there was some big chances that Sterling was getting skipped past a couple of times, which is to be expected. He's not really, you know, he's not defensively, you know, that guy. So he was getting skipped past for fun, and there was just balls coming in over and over again. Shots from McGinn, shots from Douglas Luiz, Ings with a header. Like I said, just bombarded. It was brutal. It was like a boxing match. It was just like uppercut, right hook, left hook, you know. Then it was UFC, and then we just started getting kneed and punched and headbutted, and the referee was like, just let it go, it doesn't matter. And we were just getting dragged. But it is what it is. I thought, like I said, it was some people playing incredibly well to keep us in the game, like Kepa, and some people really having stinkers and playing really poorly and way below their level. I thought Kai as well today, didn't really see too much from him. Sterling wasn't great. He had a good opportunity. Him and Kai, really probably the best thing that those two in the match did was when they combined together. Kai burst through the middle of the pitch, showed some strength to get past players, and then set up Sterling brilliantly, and he curled it into the top corner, but it hit the crossbar. Aston Villa hit the bar twice as well. Leon Bailey off the bar, so we were lucky there, but we hit the bar. And like I said at half time, we could have been 6-1 down, but we also could have been 2-1 up. Kai had a really good opportunity as well, where he didn't really connect with the ball, didn't hit it with enough power. And I hope he takes, I guess, the same responsibility that Mason Mount's taken in the last couple of weeks since Potter's come in, to really up the level, because Mason has now just gone on to next level now since Potter's come in, and that's where you want Kai to follow him. You want Kai to say, okay, take responsibility and get up to Mason's level now, because they both started the season very iffy. Mason's gone now, and it's like, yo, Kai, yo, follow me this way, mate, this way to salvation. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it wasn't great. We was giving the ball away so much. Aubameyang, you know, basically played a through ball in for their player to try and score almost. Just nothing was connecting. The dots weren't connecting whatsoever. Then Potter starts to make a few changes because he has to. He has no choice. He moves Ruben Loftus-Cheek up to right wing back, pushes Sterling further forward, moves Mount into midfield. That starts to move the pressure over to the left, because the right hand side is pretty decent at this point, and the left hand side is getting cooked, like I said, from Chilwell and Cucurella, just getting absolutely dragged. But we managed to make it to half time, and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, are we going to ever see the light of day, the light out at the end of the tunnel here? Because really, you just want to get in, get out, you know. Like I said, Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa, as much as there's pressure on his job and people have been talking about it, they're unbeaten in 4. They've had a whole week to prepare. We're carrying little knocks and niggles. And like I said, they drew with Man City, you know, they picked up a couple other draws, and then they won a game as well. So they haven't been in dreadful form. They're not winning games. They're not closing games, and they're in a precarious position in the league. But they're unbeaten in 4 before this, and they've got quality players. They've got McGinn, they've got Coutinho, they've got Ings, they've got Watkins. You know, they've got good players. Leon Bailey. These are all talented players that if they turn up on their day, they can cause problems. And I was saying that in the preview. So I was just happy to get in and get out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm only here for the W settings only. I'm not here for pretty performances every single week. It's just not. It's not sustainable. Well, not sustainable. It's not going to happen. It is sustainable. But yeah, we get to the second half. He makes some changes. I thought he made the perfect changes, Potter. He brings in Koulibaly, takes off Kai Havertz as well, brings in Azpilicueta, takes off Cucurella. I thought both of those players needed to come off. Cucurella was getting cooked, like I said. Like, Cucurella was cooking, now he's getting cooked. Do you know what I'm saying? So he needed to come off. Koulibaly, he was looking a lot better on that left-hand side when he came on, helped shore things up a little bit. By the way, Aston Villa in the second half was still really good. They still caused us problems. They still put us under pressure. They still had shots. But it didn't feel as insufferable. It didn't feel like I was being strangled to death. It was just like a slow pain instead. So it was much more tolerable. So yeah, and then Aspie came on, like he down the right hand side dealt with most things, and that was a lot more assured down there. And then as we're going through the game, you know, we're starting to make those changes. Jorginho's coming on. We're starting to see, you know, Gallagher come on as well. He puts in a great cross for Sterling, could have gone 2-0 up. The Mason Mount free kick. Oh, Jesus Lord. Creme de la creme. It was bellissimo. It was just, oh my God. Do you know what it was, yeah? It wasn't even that it was right in the corner. It's he hit the ball by the valve, as he says, you know? He's based his free kicks off Ronaldo. He's almost taken it because Ronaldo doesn't even score free kicks anymore. It was just wonderful. The dip, the swerve. And like I said, it wasn't right in the top corner, but I think Martinez just misjudged the flight of the ball. It kind of dips and swerves and it just floats into that top corner or top part of the net beautifully. That's 2-0. And that's an individual moment of brilliance, which we always crave. We haven't scored a free kick in God knows how long. And that was needed because we just needed to put some breathing space between us and Aston Villa. I feel like that goal kind of just not demotivated, it kind of like, nail in the coffin. It kind of like settled everybody down and was like, okay, this is really over now. And it was a tough moment for them to accept because I think their game plan was really good today. They played well, they were aggressive, they won the second balls, they were in our faces, they took advantage of the fact that we had a couple of injuries to key players like Reece James, a little bit weakened down that right hand side. Loftus-Cheek was really good in the middle as well. He's really starting to provide some really nice competition in there. I think you get another midfielder in January and you've got some really healthy competition because he doesn't seem like Zakaria is going to get used. So we need to make that position actually valuable to the team. But like I said, Villa took advantage of the fact that we're in a schedule. We're in a ruckus schedule. And yeah, they played well, man. So it's one of them times where I usually laugh at our opponents, but I have to give a lot of credit to Villa today because they played really well. But yeah, man, Mason Mount, just individual brilliance there. Wonderful free kick. Get Money Mace his money. Run him his peas. Do you know what I'm saying? I remember when I said pause on the contract. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe it hasn't contributed, but I think, having to, negotiate and push for that contract, it may have just spurred him on. He likes to fight against the resistance, whether it's people doubting him, questioning him his talent, or if he needs a new contract and he's deserving of it. This is just like, almost forcing him to perform, and it's like now you have to give him a new contract, and it's actually now he's in a stronger position to negotiate in terms of the wages than he would have been, at the start of the season when he wasn't really performing. So I think it's only helped him, and like I said, it's a perfect time for him to now sign up because he's in form, he's playing well, he's probably going to get paid even slightly more because of the form. People are pushing now his importance, and he's indispensable, and thankfully he didn't pick up a knock as well. So yeah, he's looking great, and you just got to get that signed up now. Brilliant performance from him. This is the real Mason Mount right now that you're seeing, in my opinion. You're seeing effect on games, you're seeing responsibility taken, you're seeing him involved. And now we just need a couple of others as well to get stuck in. I think personally, maybe Raheem the Dream could do with a little rest against Brentford. Didn't really see him himself today. Get Pulisic in the team against Brentford. Like I said, he was good against Wolves. Maybe give him a go. Amanda Breuer, there could be a chance for him against Brentford as well before Man United, before the next massive game as well, and the next weekend. Get him in the team, give Aubameyang maybe a rest. So there's opportunities there for Potter to move around and rotate. Trevor Chalobah continues his unbeaten run as a Chelsea player. So it's only upwards and onwards, people, or onwards and upwards, is whatever you want to call it. But this day for me, man of the match, I have to give it to Kepa. I thought Kepa he's the reason for me why we weren't losing 6-1. Like I said, he was ridiculous. And yeah, man, I'm glad he got his clean sheet because I think it would have been spoiled if we conceded. And then, it takes the icing off the cake slightly. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. A massive win, guys. Huge. And I think we can continue this run. We've got Man United, Brentford, and then Arsenal is later down before the World Cup. But I think, yes, there's problems and injuries. I think hopefully we can grind through it with Potter, get through it, get these wins, man. Because listen, we're racking them up nicely. Moving silence, them clean sheets, it's all starting to add up. It's nice, ticking them boxes. So obviously Silva comes off with a little bit of a knock. Well, I think we should probably rest him against Brentford as well. We've got to look after him. And yeah, there's competition, man. People are fighting for places, and there's no position where anybody's guaranteed. But there's some proper performances going out at the moment, and there's some performances that need to improve. Like I said, I think Kai Havertz still needs to step up. Sterling's dipped a little bit. Cucurella got cooked. So these guys, you need to respond. You need to respond like others have. So yeah, big up your damn selves. Make sure you smash up the likes. In a bit, people. Peace.